Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Man, We're Too Old for This, here on the Eternal Network. I'm your host, the experience that some call Jason, and with me today is...
CDL-113, the droid you're looking for.
And the blurred dawn of the Ville, the Todd Father.
And today we're going to be talking about the Batman. As of this recording, it comes out tomorrow, I believe?
Yeah, tonight. It comes out tonight. The Thursday.
The early showing, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just going to kind of talk about what we're expecting of it, or hoping of it, what we're thinking of it based on the trailers up to this point, you know, rumors, whatever. Alright, who wants to get us started?
I guess I'll get us started.
Alrighty.
When I first heard that they had cast Robert Pattinson. When I first heard they had cast him as the Batman, I will admit I was like, the Twilight dude? And then I started seeing the memes on the internet, you know, the other stuff he had been in, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen some of those. Okay, yeah, if he does that kind of acting, it might work. So, you know, I was a little hesitant. And then when they said Zoe Kravitz is going to be Catwoman, I was like, okay, Julie Newmar, you know, Catwoman, okay, that's cool. And when they said Colin Farrell as the Penguin, I went, what? And then you see him in the, you know, the prosthetics and everything. He still looks more like the guy off of
Gotham.
he looks more like this other actor that's got the real high voice like this, you know.
The earthly idea who that is.
Yep.
Are you talking about Patton Oswalt?
Not Patton Oswalt. It's another guy. He's a regular on the Larry David show, and he
just lost me.
And he was. Remember when Michael J. Fox had that show where he was the mayor or assistant mayor?
Nope.
The guy was on that with him, and you sit there and you go, y'all could have just hired him, you know? Got the same look.
See, I was fortunate enough that I saw him first, and then they were like, Colin Farrell's Oswald Cobblepot. And I was like, holy shit, that's Colin Farrell. So, yeah, I was like, my God, I don't see him at all.
Yeah.
Even knowing it's him, every now and then I can see his eyes, but
yeah,
I don't
if you
see him.
If you see him from the nose, you know, from the nose up, you know, you just put your hand over the thing, you can see his upper brow. But if you see that face, it's like, where the fuck did Colin Farrell go? But, you know, that was my first, you know, thing about the Batman when they said, oh, this is, you know.
Pattinson didn't bother me because I've never seen him in anything because I'm a man and didn't watch Twilight.
I'm married and the wife won't
watch it. And you have no choice.
I had no choice.
We understand.
Nobody was making any accusations, Danny. You didn't have to defend yourself.
I was merely stating as a, you know, heterosexual male that I avoided Twilight. That's all.
There's no reason to get defensive. Unless there's a reason to get defensive.
I merely threw that rock. It was your choice to holler. But I haven't seen him in anything. So when I go tomorrow, this will be the first thing I've ever seen him in at all. So, you know, if I come out of this basically going, you know what, Pattinson sucks, it's because of this movie.
And this movie alone.
Yep.
Well, you saw him in Tenet.
I have not watched Tenet.
Oh, you hadn't?
I wanted to see Tenet, and then COVID came along and said, do you really want to watch Tenet? And I went, nah, I don't really want to watch Tenet. So yeah, I have not seen him in anything.
Huh. Okay.
This will be this will be my first time watching him in anything, so I don't expect him to glow. And I told somebody, I told a friend of mine, I was like, yeah, I'll give him a shot, because let's be honest, the serious Batman movie of my generation was Mr. Mom. So,
Yeah.
if Beetlejuice can play a decent Batman, hell, I'll try it. I'll give anybody a shot. Yeah. At worst, he'll be Clooney.
Yeah.
But as far as the rest of the cast goes, I'm a fan of Jeffrey Wright. So, I'm looking at the cast now, and I'm sitting there going, damn, I don't know but 5 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I had to look around and go, who?
Because Zoe Kravitz, I've seen her in a total of 2 movies. X-Men First Class, and then you have that Kimmy thing that's on HBO Max now.
Yeah.
So I've seen that. Like I said, I'm a fan of Wright. And then Colin Farrell, I've seen him in a few things.
Seen Andy Serkis.
And then Andy Serkis, that's about it. Everybody else, I'll be sitting there going, look at you.
And they will simply be whatever character they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You've seen him. He was in the Transformers movies.
Oh, that is Turturro. Yeah, I've seen John Turturro and in a couple of Spike Lee joints too. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, because he's Carmine Falcone. Okay. From the clips I've seen, it looks like it's gonna be kind of long Halloweenish.
Yeah.
And I have on my Facebook, I've seen 3 trailers now, and that third trailer, I didn't have a choice of watching it. I was watching YouTube, and it was one of those you couldn't skip. It was in the middle of what I was watching. So I was like, I ain't cutting it off. And I was sitting there watching that and going, oh my God, I just got it. Riddler's Hush. I'm betting you now, Riddler turns out to be Tommy Elliott, not Edward Newton.
Yeah. I'm figuring
Riddler is screaming Hush to me, which seems to be something DC's doing now, that Hush and Riddler are the same person. I know that Hush cartoon they did, Hush turned out to be the Riddler. So,
But that may have just been them attempting to change the story so people didn't go into it knowing.
Yeah, maybe.
But my first impressions watching the trailer was, I was like some of y'all where, they announced Colin Farrell. I'm like, really? But, once I saw him in the trailer, well, okay. Riddler's costume, I could not stand watching that.
When they showed his costume, the first thing that went through my mind was the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah. Well, I think that's who I think their Riddler is basically a combo of Hush, the Zodiac Killer, and the Riddler. I think but I will say this about the movie, and it's actually the thing that's got me, the excitement that I have for seeing it is this. It looks like Seven. It looks like the movie Seven that they stuck Batman in it.
Yeah.
Which will be a detective flick. Yeah, I've been waiting for Batman to be a goddamn detective, 20 years now.
Yeah,
So, I don't have
the detective thing is the only promising thing I've seen about it, truthfully. I don't like the costume going back to the black on black on black. God damn, give us some contrast.
Yeah.
Like I said, Riddler basically didn't have a costume. He just a generic serial
He
killer.
went to the Army Navy store and got him a jacket and a hoodie.
Now, the last trailer I saw, they did show it. You did see him dropping multiple riddles in it. So at least they've got that. At least they got his gimmick in there like they're supposed to.
Yeah, they've got his gimmick. He's actually doing the riddles. They had that much. They have not changed. He seems a bit murderous. Because, like I said, it's like he's got kind of a serial killer vibe to him.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the whole DC Universe movies have to be grimdark, so you got to make him as psycho as possible.
Well, the trick is if you were doing most of your mysteries are murder mysteries, and if you were going to do a murder mystery, with somebody from Batman's Rogues Gallery that actually has a name that people would recognize, Riddler would probably be where I'd have gone.
Yeah.
Freeze is obvious. Joker don't hide shit.
No.
Penguin's a gangster. Two-Face is a gangster. So if you were gonna do something that was with a different feel that was actually gonna have him detecting clues, yeah, he kind of screams Riddler.
Yeah. I know they said Paul, is it Dono, however you say his last name, had some issues while he was playing the Riddler. You know, they wanted him to get in that dark headspace, and you know, he damn near overheated on the set several times, because they said he would wrap his head in saran wrap because the hood was so uncomfortable that, you know, and you know, it's like, damn, dude.
Well, that's the way he look. When you see him, it ain't. He got like a COVID mask, and then his head is wrapped up under. He's looking motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm like, didn't y'all learn y'all's lesson with Heath Ledger? I mean, you know, don't let him go to such a dark place.
And that's really another thing that says to me is screaming Hush, because remember Hush, his head is wrapped up.
Yeah, yeah. The I know y'all didn't watch it, or y'all don't watch it, but they've had Hush on the CW's Batwoman.
Yeah, I hear that.
And he was I mean, they pulled him straight off the deadgum, you know, comic book, you know, with his look and everything. And as soon as I saw the movie Riddler, I was like, oh, they just changed it all green, because, you know.
I did see a fight scene though between Batman and Catwoman. That's a smooth looking fight.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, because they did the decent thing of pulling back where you could actually see the fight choreography. That was a smooth looking fight. I have to give them that.
Well, they did say, I didn't see the interview, but they did say in one of the press junket interviews with the two of them that they put in a lot of time working with their stunt people, learning the choreography for the close-up stuff, and then some of the distant stuff is the stunt people doing it. And but they both had, like, he had to, you know, get a little buffed up. She had to get a little bit of acrobatics training. You know, they actually put some effort.
You know, his thing was he didn't want to work out no more. That was one of the things that everybody's kind of like, ugh, what? Yeah, I didn't want to work out no more.
Yeah,
that's where a lot of people are basically, you know, down in him in favor of Affleck, because, you know, Affleck got in there at 40 and buff as fuck.
Yeah, well, I don't think he got, like, buff as fuck.
No, he didn't get buff as fuck, because like I said, he flat out said, yeah, I don't want to work out.
But he did agree to get toned up for it.
Because they made him.
Yeah, they made him.
It's like, you playing Batman, you're a martial artist, you gonna tone the fuck up at least.
Yeah. And I did think one of the things was funny. He had talked to Val Kilmer and George Clooney at something when he had found out he was going to be Batman, and they both looked at him and went, "Make sure you can go to the bathroom in that suit, because you're going to spend a lot of hours in it." And he said when he went to the costuming, the first thing he went was, "I want a pee flap. I want to be able to get out of the pants if I got to go poop." So that was one of the first things they did, was fix the cod piece where it can come off and he can go pee. And then the pants, all it takes is a extra person in there with him to undo them from the back so he can get out of them.
I don't want that job.
No, I wouldn't want that job
I
either.
don't want that job.
But I know all the other Batmans, that was one of their big things. And they said, oh yeah, and make sure you can turn your head left and right. Because, you know, Keaton, that was his big complaint. Yeah. He had to turn his whole body to look left or right.
That's been all of them except for the Batsuit in the dark, through most of the Dark Knight, because, you know, he's in the Batman Begins suit at the beginning. And they actually make a joke in it. Oh, you won't be able to turn your head.
Yeah.
So, you know, the black on black stuff, I don't like it, but at the same token, it looks like it's them trying to go air quotes, hyper realistic with Batman again, which if you're gonna do that, yeah, the motherfucker needs to be in some kind of
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that the previous time they did. So, like I said, that one's not the deal breaker. It's just one more something I don't like the look of. And
Well, I mean, when Affleck was Batman, I got the impression that his suit had body armor built into it, but it had that gray and black.
Yeah, but that was the trick when you were when they were trying to copy Marvel and do the DCEU. Yeah, Marvel's superheroes for the most part look like superheroes. You know, they were not going. Well, this is what this would look like if a motherfucker was actually trying to do it. You know, they just went, fuck it. It's a superhero world. We're doing superheroes. I don't know if they're setting up this world where Superman fucking exists or not. You know,
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is, DC don't know what the fuck they doing, and they basically wait for Marvel to do something. Then they go, oh yeah, we'll do that too, and then they half-ass do it. So you know, you're gonna have, this Batman isn't the same universe as the one with Affleck in it, and Keaton's is his own universe, and Flashpoint is supposed to be crossing all that shit over. So
Well,
you're gonna have 3 fucking Batmen running around at the same time, which
I know Joaquin Phoenix was in some damn interview about some current project he's in.
Me Joaquin.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Sorry, what did I say? Joaquin.
Yeah, have you
Sorry.
not watched?
Sorry. He was in some interview and they asked him about, hey, are you coming back for Joker 2? And he goes, oh yeah. He said, I've been in talks with the DC people about, this, and he said, I told him I would love to face Batman. So I'm wondering if this is setting up.
Oh God, I hope not. Looking at the fact that he's fighting that clown gang, I could see that being there. Oh God, I hope not, because I hated that movie.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, it was the greatest. No, it really wasn't. It was.
I like Jared Leto as the Joker better than I did.
Truthfully. Everybody hates Leto Joker. I hated the whole grill and the tattoos and shit, but as far as his Joker was a hell of a lot closer to the Joker I can stomach than Joaquin Phoenix. That was Taxi Driver. I've seen Taxi Driver.
Yeah, that was just Taxi Driver with a clown costume on it.
Yeah. There's one scene in a whole fucking movie that I like, and that's when he shoots the dude. When he's like, what you get when you do this. You get what you fucking deserve. Shoot the dude in the face. I was like, yeah, that's fucked up. That's the only real kind of Joker moment in it for me. Now, granted, if you watch that whole movie, by the time you get to the end of it, yeah, he's really in a Joker place because he doesn't have an identity. He doesn't have, all the kind of shit that they gave you. Well, this is his name and this is the situation. You find out it was all bullshit.
Yeah, this is his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was all a drug.
That was all in his fucking head. Yeah.
The one other scene that I liked was when the bunch of the folks from the clown thing come to his apartment and he kills all of them except the dwarf.
The one that was basically gagging from the books.
Yeah.
And he tells him you can go and he's too short to open the door. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, but you were nice to me. You were never, and he let him live, and it's like, because in the books you have a scene similar to that when Joker's gonna kill some folks from his past, and he let one guy live because you know what, you weren't an asshole to me. I can let you go. But yeah,
like I said, the Joker movie had a lot of things that if you were a long time comic reader, you said to go, that's something. But I don't need a sequel to that shit. I really don't.
I think
his Joker don't look enough like the Joker to me for me to give him. Heath Ledger's Joker was paint, but at least when you looked at that motherfucker, you like, oh, that's Joker.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix could have been fucking Bozo.
Yeah.
It could have been any goddamn. So with the nose and all that shit, I'm like,
yeah,
you weren't the most vicious killer clown that year. That was Pennywise.
Yeah. Ledger had the best looking Joker, and he played a damn good Joker. But as far as the most recent Leto Yeah, you actually believe that fucker was crazy when when he started talking.
Well, all of them crazy. The trick is, and I'll judge this movie by the same thing. I go in, Batman was my first superhero, and if Patterson pulls off a Batman that I go, oh, that's Batman, I rock with it. If I go in there and I'm hoping that it doesn't do what Nolan's Dark Knight got on my nerves about. They would get super realistic. Oh, we're hyper realistic and we can't have this, that, and the other. And then they do some shit that you sit there going, it ain't believable. Pick your poison.
Yeah.
Either you're trying to do something that's fairly realistic or you just going, fuck it, I'm in the comic book. But to go, well, he can't do this because, that wouldn't be realistic. And then you go falling out of a fucking skyscraper 40 stories and land on a car and basically be like, that was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
All right, to get back on this current Batman movie, though, what are you hoping for out of it?
Detective story. I'm literally, I told my buddy, I was like, I'm looking at these trailers, it feels like the movie Seven. If you stick Batman in Seven, I'm good. I've seen reviews now where they say it ain't even a whole hell of a lot of action in the damn thing. It's more detective than action.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can live with that. It's different. If it's not basically Batman throwing umpteen different gadgets and shit every fucking 5 minutes, he actually has to go in there and fight people. If he gets beat up and kind of bloodied and shit like that, I don't have a problem with that. The thing that will turn me off, and I say this going in, if they make Batman a murderer.
Yeah.
If he starts smoking people, because see, that's what turned me off Affleck. Affleck killed people.
Well, see, that
he killed 20-some people in that damn movie.
Well, see, that's what pissed me about the Keaton.
Yeah. By the time they got the returns, I was kind of like, he's fairly murderous. Batman's not murderous.
He'll break your arm, he'll break your leg, he'll put you in traction.
Yeah, but he ain't cute. He's setting you on fire with the Batmobile and strapping bombs to you and shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thing going into this. I know it's dark. It's that typical grim dark, but it's Batman. If they would do, my problem with the DCEUs, they would do a Superman grim dark.
Yeah.
Superman ain't grim dark. Batman can be grim dark as long as they draw that line and him just flat out killing people. Because even in year 2, which is supposed to be his second year as Batman's whole thing, it was something I liked about Begins, because he actually says it. I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. And early Batman was like that. If somebody did something is basically they set up the very first story. I set up the acid dip to drop you in. I fall in it myself. Yeah, I'll save you.
Yeah,
because evil is its own reward.
Yeah, that was one thing when they started talking about this in the quote unquote setting and. I was like, if they do it like year 1, year 2, where he hasn't quite set down his foundational rules yet, but his first thing was, I'm not going to be a killer. If they throw all that out with the bathwater,
if he's Punisher, I'm not interested.
Yeah, if they keep him Batman, then when they say, oh, we're doing a sequel, be like, okay. That's cool. Oh, we're going to do this, and he's going to use more gadgets. That's fine, because it depends on who he's facing as to how many gadgets he pulls out of the utility belt or out of the Batcave or whatever. Let the bad guy set the tone of what he needs to do. Does he need to be a kicker of much ass, or does he need to be a detective, or does he need to be a mentor leader? Hey, we've got this issue over here. I know how to solve this, but y'all are going to have to trust me. Give me a good story and make sure that it fits the whole Batman motif.
And I do like the something I've heard is with it being year 2, they're actually saying like his suit and all that. His suit in this one is basically homemade. His suit's homemade. The Batmobile's homemade. I have seen the scene. The reason why the bat on his chest looks so weird, it's actually a utility knife. There's a scene where hell he pulls that son of a bitch off and cuts a rope with it.
Yeah.
So it's basically a batarang sitting on his damn chest.
The metal from it he got from the gun that killed his parents, according to what I saw. Yeah.
Only thing I know for certain is it's a knife.
Yeah.
But
talking about the Batmobile, the scene, it's in the trailer where the Penguin is trying to get away from him and you got the explosions. The scene where the Batmobile comes out of the flames, they were expecting the Batmobile to come to a stop because of it. The stunt driver comes over and goes through the flames, bounces, and keeps going. That reaction from Colin Farrell is real. And he just kept driving because he was supposed to, go to a stop after when they yelled cut in his ear, and they never did. And then here comes the stunt guy. That holy shit moment is real, and I thought that was really cool because
because it's a practical effect. It's not CGI. That's a motherfucker driving through an explosion.
When you get those real, for lack of a better word, spit take moments, it adds to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
moments like in Die Hard when they drop Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
Because the director lied to him about what, they were going to do a countdown, and the director lied to him about when they were going to drop him.
Yeah. That look of is real.
But like I said, it's one of them. It's yet another Batman. As a little kid, I'd have been like, man, I remember the first time I saw the trailer for Michael Keaton's Batman movie. I was like, holy shit, they're doing a Batman movie. That's gonna be the coolest thing since ever. Little did I know that by the time I got this age, it's like, oh look, it's another Batman movie.
Yeah. Like, how bad are they gonna fuck this up? Because talking about the Keaton movie, when Jennifer and I were dating at the time, and I remember I'd had my wisdom teeth out, and she come over. Her and her grandmother stopped over to the house to bring me kind of a get well gift, and she had bought a copy of that first Batman movie, and me and her sat and watched it, and we'd already seen it at the theater, but we sat down there and watched that, and I'm thinking, all these years later, I don't think I've watched it but twice since then.
I watched the Keaton Batman opening weekend from Thursday to Sunday. Because that's when movies were cheaper. My dad gave me a 20. He was like, oh, you going to the movie? Here's a 20. I know where every dime of this is going. And he was right, because I went Thursday, I went Friday, I went Saturday, and I went with him Sunday. So yeah.
But the movie, the Batman movie I've watched the most was the first Christian Bale movie. Because to me, when he was snatching folks into the dark, that one was
that train yard scene,
that's Batman.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping in this one they'll have.
I'm hoping he's still an urban myth.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that even though he works with the cops look at him funny, and I don't want most people to think he's real.
Well, you've got a scene in one of the trailers where he's walking in, and the cops are looking at him like, the fuck? They have that.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's where you can tell Gordon knows who he is. Gordon fucks with him, but the cops are still kind of like, the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, because he looks like a freak.
It's a dude. It's a grown man running around in a damn bat costume.
Yeah,
that screams crazy.
Yeah.
To quote my best friend when we went to go see the Keaton Batman, and it was a dude in full Joker makeup and cosplay and shit, and I wanted to sit next to him. He was like, "You got your damn mind, some bitch crazy, walking around dressed up like a fucking Joker in public," and would not sit anywhere near the dude.
Yeah. Now, one of the cosplayers I follow, she and her fiance, they live out in Hollywood, and she's done a few little minor acting gigs, and she knew somebody who worked on the Batman movie, and they got 2 tickets for one of them private screenings for it. She has seen it. She was limited as to what she could or could not say, but she said she definitely enjoyed it. If you're a fan of Batman the Detective comics, you're gonna like it. There are a few moments that she couldn't talk about, but she was like, I would have done that different. But overall, she gave the movie like a 90% thumbs up. There was like a little 10% that, you know, I would have done that different. But I don't care what movie it is you go see. There's always going to be something that I would have done different.
They ain't done a Batman comic accurate yet. They always take something and go, better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let Todd be my canary in the coal mine to see how this is.
See, that's how my dad is. My dad to this day has not watched Batman and Robin and refers to that movie as, and I quote, the movie. I'm good. Yet he listened to me Dark Knight because I told him, dude, I'm not going to see this. We really ought to go see The Amazing Spider-Man. I've seen that twice. I enjoyed it. I watched it again. Nah. Because he loved Batman Begins. Batman Begins, we were sitting in the middle of the damn, I took him for like his birthday, a Father's Day or something. And we were sitting there in that moment when he snatches Falcone up and goes, I'm Batman. He turns to me, I love this movie. I don't care if it's bootleg. I don't care. I want this movie. Dark Knight, Batman Begins, he was like a kid. Batman Begins, he loved. Dark Knight, he was like a kid coming out there. You know, instead of me rambling, it was him. That joke was the coolest thing ever. Oh man, it was so cool. I like how he talked and all. Yeah. So when The Dark Knight Rises came out, and I tried to go, this movie ain't gonna be shit. Shut up! I won't go see this movie. You paid to take me to go see this movie. Okay. About halfway through it, this shit ain't Batman. This is like Days of My Lives or some shit. Tried to tell you. I wasn't going. Me, the person that's first memory in life is reading the Batman comic on your bed. That's me going, I ain't going to watch this shit. But you said, oh no, we got to go watch this.
Well, he'd seen the first two and enjoyed them, so, you know, they got him. They sucked him.
I tried to be his canary. I was laying there dead in the motherfucker. And still he went, I'm going to go deeper into this mind. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hell, give Mr. Freeze that chance. Basically, I think the trick is Bane. If they put Bane in a Batman movie, it sucks.
Yeah.
The Batman and Robin had Bane in it. It sucked.
You know, that's fair, because to do him right, he'd have to be the main thing in the movie.
Which he was in Batman in The Dark Knight Rises, and he sucked. He was the main villain. He was the villain. Catwoman is like she was in this. She was kind of the anti-hero slide, you know. Because, hell, she's actually the one that murks Bane in that. Batman don't beat him as much as Catwoman shoots him with one of them damn tumblers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's, you know, until they get, well, I take it a lot back. If they announce we're doing a Batman movie and Bane's the villain and Dave Bautista's playing Bane, I can see that goddamn.
That's just because he's your ideal Bane.
He fits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he absolutely does. I'm not knocking that.
He's a wrestler. He's Hispanic. You know, he's big. He would likely be bigger than the dude playing Batman. Because I'm so goddamn sick of Tom Hardy and his. I'm gonna play Eddie Brock. I'm gonna play Bane. Motherfucker, you're 5'2". Play Wolverine and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He'd be perfect as Wolverine. He's teeny. They keep making him bricks. Look at this brick. The motherfucker's 5'2". He's literally 5'2".
Give him a step stool, be fine.
I'm not only seeing the crown of his head, I'm seeing behind him. He's so goddamn short.
Well, we probably need to go ahead and wrap this up then. Because now we're veering off into Marvel movies. Well, adjacent Marvel movies. But,
it was just very small. It sounded like Boris Badenoch.
Yeah. So there's some hope for the movie, at least, if they go an actual detective story. I'll admit.
I'll get you on air. So if I watch the movie tomorrow and it's good, you gonna watch it?
I'm hearing a lot of crickets chirp. I'm not hearing an answer.
Yes, as long as I think you're being serious when you say it's good, not trying to sucker me into giving it 3 hours of my life.
Because it stands to reason that if I went, it's good, and you give it 3 hours of your life, means I would have given it 6 hours of mine.
No, that's fair. If you want to go watch it again with me, then yeah.
He has come out of movies that he didn't pay for and wanted his money back.
Yep.
Yeah, this is fair. This is fair.
Yeah. And Batman v Superman, I hated that fucking movie and did all I could to talk Travis out of going to see it, and he actually paid me to watch it, so that's how I got more of my life. I'll buy tickets. I'll buy you popcorn. I'll buy it. Motherfucker, feed me.
But yeah, if you come out and tell me it's a good Batman movie, I'll probably give it a shot.
All right, you heard it here first. If we come back and do a review, an actual review of the movie, and he goes, I ain't seen it, means he lied. He lied to all of you.
Anyway, so that's going to wrap us up there. If you've enjoyed the show, then by all means, give us a like or a subscribe. Tell your friends about us. About to hype let's see, can't hype the website, it's gone. Oh, you can find us on Facebook. You can contact us at thenerdeternal@gmail.com.
It's not like we're not on YouTube.
Yes, and on YouTube.
In fact, if you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, COVID wins. I'm just saying.
Right. So anyway, I've been your host for the day, Jason, and with me has been
CDO113, the droid you're looking for.
And the Todd Father.
And we will see y'all next time.